Mistake number 2. A lot of people think that if they tell their side of the story, then everything will clear up. Maybe when the police came out before you got arrested, you thought, you know what? I have a right to remain silent. I know I've heard that I'm not supposed to talk to the police, so I'm just not going to say anything. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get the other person in trouble, so you say nothing at all. And then you get arrested and you start to regret that and think, okay, I didn't explain my side of the story before. If I explain it, then perhaps it'll make things better. But let me be clear, this is actually one of the worst mistakes that you can make. The reality is that yes, anything you say can and will, for sure will, be used against you. You might admit to a crime without even realizing it, and even a small inconsistency can and will be twisted to make you look guilty. So let's get into an example of how this can play out. Kyle and Lila have been dating for 2 years. One night they get into a heated argument at their apartment. Frustrated, Lila throws a plate. Kyle grabs her arm to stop her from throwing another. The neighbors hear the commotion and they call 911. When the police arrive, they arrest Kyle for domestic violence, even though Lila insists that it was just an argument that got out of hand. Kyle doesn't say anything. He doesn't want to get Lila in trouble. He doesn't want to get himself in trouble, but he gets arrested anyway. So the next morning, after he bonds out, Kyle thinks,
you know what? I'm just going to call those officers. They seem pretty sympathetic to me. I should have just told them what happened in the first place.
When he calls the police station, a detective is very happy to talk to him. And the detective asks, did you touch her at any point during the argument? Kyle, thinking it's harmless, says, I just grabbed her arm to stop her from breaking another plate. Now to Kyle, maybe to you, maybe to me, this sounds like a reasonable explanation. But to the police, that's an admission of physical contact during an argument. The detective adds to their report, the defendant admitted to grabbing the victim by the arm during a domestic dispute. What Kyle did, although minor, is illegal. It is a crime. Battery is defined as harmful or offensive contact, and stopping someone from destroying a plate is not a defense to that. So even if she was not injured, him grabbing her arm is technically battery. Now, instead of clearing things up, Kyle just handed the DA evidence that they can use to prove physical contact, one of the key elements of a domestic violence charge. So what you should do instead is never call the police or the DA to clear things up. They are not on your side. Their job is to build a case against you, to collect evidence against you.